Hi, I'm Alec, this is Trev, and this is AJ, and welcome to Season 2 of the Beanscast. On Beanscast, we discover whatever has been destroying our brains this past week. If you enjoy hearing us ramble, click the subscribe button, ring the bell, like the video, and do all the YouTube things so you know when we post the new episode. I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Why do I always fuck it up? It's because I'm reading. That's
You
what
always
AJ
fuck it
says.
up.
Reading is great.
Every time.
I'm just gonna do...
Next time I'm
voiceover.
doing the intro
Okay.
and the outro.
And the outro.
All right,
Love that.
cool.
Love
You
that.
can just record and upload too. Sounds good.
Love that. Love that.
So, first topic of discussion tonight. I have a feeling that only 1/3 of the screen is going to have an opinion on.
The thing is, this man has been important to me for the last, 11 years or something.
Oh, are we
the
talking
Trailblazers?
about...
Yeah.
Wait, I actually have
guy.
thoughts about this. I have thoughts about this.
2/3.
W.
2/3.
W. So, Damian Lillard, drafted by the Portland Trailblazers. My guy, Dame time. It's, I'm a big basketball fan. He's been an important part of my life because of how he's embraced the city and the team, which is a thing that a lot of players don't like to do here. It's a shitty place to live if you're affluent young black man with a lot of money. Like, it's a really shitty place to live. So, like, a lot of players don't like playing here and staying here, and I get it. Dame stayed. He wanted to win here. The front office did him dirty. They fucked up, and he's gone. He's now in Milwaukee, and I'm devastated, but I'm happy for him because he is now getting the best opportunity to win that he's ever had in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. I saw something from them where they were like negotiating. And he was like, "Oh, if it doesn't work," because he's like was talking about he wanted to go to the Heat or something, and it was like, "Oh, if it doesn't work out there, then I'll be happy to come back here." And they're like, it's this or nothing." And then he's like, "Damn."
Well, so I love Dame. Like I said, he's my guy. There's a lot of, because I'm very up to date on all that. There's a lot of context that is missing because that was from Dame's agent. Who kind of fucked this whole situation up really badly.
Okay.
And almost got Dame in a lot of trouble because you can't publicly say, trade me to this one team or else I'm not playing. And that's basically what Dame's agent started doing. He started calling teams and being like, Dame's not going to show up for camp. Dame's not going to play for your team if you trade for him. Don't trade for him. And you can't do that.
Yeah.
There's counter reporting that basically what Dame actually said wasn't like, I'll come back and stay with the Blazers. It was, I'll come back to start the season to give you guys more time to find me a trade. To Miami. And so then the GM was like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm not doing that. And so I'm mad at the front office because if it was up to me, Dame would have retired a Blazer. He was very clear he wanted to retire a Blazer. It's all, I'm sad. Alec lives in Wisconsin and he's playing in Wisconsin. So I've never been closer to going to Wisconsin.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks, baby. Fear the deer.
I was trying to remember what it was. I was like, it's fear something.
Fear the deer.
I never would have known that.
I will drive the hour and change to Milwaukee to hang out with you, and I will,
if I ever go see you again,
and I will sit through a game just for you.
Let's go.
For anybody that's not in our group chat, Trev tried to gaslight Alec into becoming a basketball fan.
It didn't work.
I mean, it kind of feels like it was effective. You're agreeing to go to a game with me now.
That doesn't mean that I'm going to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy spending time with me.
That means that our friendship matters to me more than what I feel is 3 hours wasted.
Yeah. And am I willing to take advantage of that? Yes. Yes, I am.
That's fine.
That's crazy. Is it fine?
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, if you say it's
a professional sports game. There'll be mediocre food that I enjoy.
True.
And
for $20 at least.
True.
Very
Food
true.
and drinks are on me.
See, I don't even gotta pay
you know what? Take that and run with it. Get a foam finger too.
Get a phone. You're definitely getting a phone
finger. I feel like if I was like, I want a t-shirt, I want a hat, I want a finger, Trev would be like, yes.
It's up. We got it. You're a big fan now.
You're a huge fan.
On me. Let's go. I am subsidizing your fandom.
I don't have any. I have a Packers. I have 2 Packers shirts.
Oh, we'll get you a Lillard jersey for sure.
And I have what's the Badgers?
Oh yeah, colleges.
I
refuse to fuck with college sports because of the NCAA being the worst fucking criminal organization in the country.
Yeah. College.
I just refuse.
You should not watch or engage with college sports.
No.
Because
you should not be buying a jersey of a player who sees $0
gets no money
cents from those jersey sales.
Who generates so much money for these schools and this organization.
Collectively, they generate billions of dollars.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's insane. It's fucking insane.
So I can try to focus my...
Focus. It can do it.
It doesn't even really want to focus on Charizard. Oh, wait.
Just trying.
Okay, if focus on Charizard.
It's on you at the moment.
Okay.
Got you.
I'm very happy for you.
Yeah.
Wait,
no, I'm sad, though, I'm saying.
I know.
Why are you...
I mean...
He's happy for you that
I'm happy for you that we're talking about basketball on the podcast.
Oh. I'm happy for me, too, about that. That's a huge W for me.
I'm just saying, draft Bugs Bunny. He was pretty good.
That's a fucking fact.
Both
undefeated, actually.
Lola too.
Yeah, her too. But they're not going to do that.
WNBA,
because she's a woman and is thus inferior.
What the heck?
What happened?
What?
This has gotten worse. You're in focus though.
What the hell? I think this is a OBS ninja thing.
AJ is going ghost.
What the?
All right, we're gonna keep going while you figure that out.
Reboot the OBS. Yeah.
Perfect.
Ninja.
So
so moving on from basketball. Thank you for appeasing me in my fandom.
Once a year.
Okay.
That's crazy. Never mind.
I was gonna say anytime.
You're being gaslit in the first place.
Yeah. Republicans had another presidential debate.
I heard. Did you see? I haven't seen any of it.
No, I'm
going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I watched the first one. I'm going to watch it.
After reading the summary article, there is some funny stuff that happened.
Can't wait.
I still refuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hit the biggest highlight? So just so we don't forget.
Yes. Nikki Haley.
Beloved Nikki Haley.
Oh, that's a stretch to call any of these people beloved.
That's true.
Well, I mean, somebody loves them.
Told Vivek, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber.
Damn.
Which, I have to agree with Nikki Haley.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Which everyone should understand how that makes me feel.
Yeah.
Vivek is the one who was like, white supremacy doesn't actually exist.
I know.
Yeah.
Which, if a white man said that, you'd be like, okay, you're just a fucking idiot who is benefiting from this. But he is very much not a white man.
This one's a pick me idiot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who used to be a Democrat. Just for the record.
I mean, that's how pick me's go.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Fact. It's like Trump.
That's a fact. Literally, yeah. I did see one thing. I did see Mike Pence try so hard to land a joke about sleeping with a teacher because his wife is like a teacher or something.
That was also fucking unhinged.
It was so bad.
That was unhinged. You know how that started?
No, I just saw the crowd not laugh.
They were talking about how, the Democrats are in bed with the teachers union, and Christie was like, oh, well, yeah, because Joe sleeps with a teacher. And it's like, why are we bringing up an old man's sex life?
Well, Mike, that's what I'm saying. Mike Pence brought up his own sex life.
And then Mike Pence's rebuttal was basically like, I sleep with a teacher, but she's not union. And you're like,
W joke, bro.
What?
But she actually hates teachers' unions.
But she doesn't believe that she should be fairly compensated.
He was so awkward saying, he was just like, "Oh, I do have a what did he say? Like a truth to tell is that I have to admit, I must admit, I have been sleeping with a teacher for 30 years." Ha 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 ha.
Oh wow!
Jesus fucking Christ,
dude.
Yeah, please clap. It was the Jeb Bush. Please clap.
Please clap. Oh,
I forgot about that. We need to add that to the soundboard. Please clap.
Um, but yeah, I like there's not a whole lot in this NPR article that like happened. Once again, they talked a lot about Trump. Christie seems
He
to
wasn't
be
there.
Christie seems to be
Right,
the
he
one
wasn't
who's
there.
most trying to position himself as the anti-Trump. Like
That's hilarious.
he's like, you know, if he can't be here, if he's too afraid to be here, he shouldn't be on the.
Afraid.
It's like, no, it doesn't matter. More people.
I mean this as sincerely as possible and as generously as possible to Chris Christie. He does not have the body to contend with Donald Trump. I've seen that man in shorts. Donald Trump will attack his image.
I was like, wait,
He will come after him.
Are you talking about like literally or
Literally. No, literally. Donald Trump will attack Chris Christie's image. Chris Christie will have no way to fight back. And Chris Christie will be publicly shamed by Republicans.
It's just
He's done it before.
He literally doesn't have to show up. Like he just doesn't.
Right.
Like
No.
him. They are falling over themselves to try to agree and also disagree with him at every point, regardless of if he's there or not. So it's like they're fighting for second place and a distant one.
They're fighting for VP, right? They're trying to become his VP. Yeah,
it's just wild because it's like you by bringing him up, you are not making him seem little. Like you're just bringing him up and being like, oh, I'm not him.
Yeah. But also, none of these people want you to say why Donald Trump is bad. You know? The second you talk shit about Donald Trump, like, you're going to be fucked. So, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I'm going to watch it because the first one I had a lot of takeaways after the first one. I couldn't believe the shit that I was seeing. So...
I think it's also funny. So they brought up like Biden going, which we'll talk about more. Biden going to the picket lines, and it's just so weird for them to be so.
They talked about that on the debate.
Yeah, and like how he should.
They were all anti,
there.
of course.
Yes,
he shouldn't have done that.
He shouldn't have done that. And one of the things.
How dare he?
Scott literally said Joe Biden should not be on the picket line. He should be on our southern border, working to close our southern border. Which, number one, sir, don't use southern border this twice in one sentence. You already established
that's
that
what you're choosing.
It is the southern border. Just say border
to take issue with. Okay.
No. All of these people are competing for a job that is all about public speaking. That's all I'm saying.
This is important, actually.
This is important, actually.
Is it?
Well, I mean, look with Donald Trump. So I don't know, man. Is it? Yeah.
But like the only reason that Trump really won is because he was able to convince a bunch of blue collar workers that Democrats didn't care about them anymore. So shitting on blue collar workers seems like a weird strategy for Republicans. I know it's what they've always done.
Well, what does blue collar even mean anymore? Because the thing is, it's one of those things where I think Republicans have gotten so good at messaging where it's like they'll redefine what blue collar means to just mean Republican. Like if you don't support us, you're not a real blue collar worker. You know, like there are the people who, I don't know, AJ and I have had this conversation, and I think AJ lands on the right side of it and has kind of swayed me towards like, there is no good patriotism, really. But there are people who like to pretend like you actually don't have to be a fucking racist to be, have an American flag in your bio, and how like Republicans have kind of taken patriotism, co-opted patriotism. They'll co-opt, blue collar too. It's the same thing.
I think I'm going to try Google Chrome.
That is crazy. It's fucking with you. So
Yeah,
I'm using Safari for what it's worth.
What the fuck?
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It just hates you. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just it I get it. Like they don't this is them being honest. They don't fucking care. They're not for the people that work at places. They're for the people that own the places. But
100%, and they always have been, right?
But it's just.
But they still get those votes. That's the thing. It doesn't matter.
No.
They're so good at redefining again and like co-opting and kind of taking control of these messaging that it doesn't matter. They still get those people to vote for them. They'll be like, fuck teachers, and then some teachers will still vote for them. It's just like how there are gay people that are Republicans.
Fucking log cabin Republicans.
How?
There's so many of them that they have a name.
How?
Don't know.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. I mean, like, white gay men are terrible. Like,
yeah.
That
if we're generalizing, yeah, right.
As
sure.
one,
white men are terrible.
Yes,
and being gay isn't enough to swing it the other way.
Doesn't negate it.
Yeah.
If anything, times in some ways it's worse.
It just
well,
turns
for some
into like
groups, sure.
a model minority kind of situation.
Yes. And you get a lot of like, well, I'm a minority, and it's like, no, yes. I mean, kinda, but
you still have privilege.
But no,
it's okay to be a minority and recognize that you still have privilege.
But you're
though. Like
still a white
am
man.
Jewish, so I'm a minority. I still have a lot of privilege as a cisgendered white male. you know?
Like, it's wild that these people exist. I mean, I'm still on the like wild that any non-white people ever vote for anyone Republican.
Well, some of this is profit. Some of this is strictly for profit.
I mean, it tripped me out that any woman voted for Trump at all.
Insane.
And it was a lot of them.
Campaign, right?
It was so many of them.
Yeah, it was insane.
They were the reason. They were the break.
White women won him the election.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And a small percentage of white women not voting for him the second time is why he lost.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It's hard. It's tough. It's tough to reconcile because I don't know, man. You don't want to assume the people you know and love are Trump people, but like some of y'all need to have some uncomfortable conversations with the people in your lives.
Please do.
There's a lot of them.
And it shouldn't really be that uncomfortable for being real. Like,
well, I think it could be though, because you have to be willing to tell this person, no, fuck you. It's not, it's not a disagreement on policy. It's a disagreement on human rights. And I'm not fucking with you anymore.
That's like ultimately, at least, I mean, this is how I usually feel about the situation. Like, if I come out on the other end and the person hates me because I don't want them to be shitty, was that a relationship worth maintaining? I don't think so.
Well, if it's your mom, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
with you. I'm with you, but that's a tough ask for people. That is a tough ask for people.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I'm fortunate that my parents politically align with me almost 100%. They're in their 70s. They're both 70. So like they are of that older generation where it's like when I start getting mad at the Democrats, they instinctively get defensive. But then I'm like, no, but we can agree Ruth Bader Ginsburg should have fucking retired before she died, right? And they're like, yeah, totally. That was a fuck up. That was a fuck up. And it's like, okay, so you can follow where I'm going with this then, you know?
You know what? Speaking of old people that probably should have retired before they died.
Oh, great segue. Great fucking segue.
Dianne Feinstein died last night.
Round of applause. Round of applause. Love that. Love that for us. Love that for democracy. Love that for humanity. Love that for climate change. Love that.
So, like, I knew a lot of things about Feinstein because I lived in California for a majority of my life thus far.
She's also been in fucking government your entire life.
My entire life.
So there's
my
that.
entire life. I didn't know that she was the person who took over as mayor when Harvey Milk and the mayor were assassinated.
Way back in 1762. Yeah, that was her.
Like, she took over because the Twinkie guy.
Yeah, she's been doing this a long. She's the longest tenured Democratic elected official in the Senate.
Yeah,
I mean probably the House of Representatives too.
Yeah,
but definitely the Senate. Nice W. Round of applause. Love that.
But yeah,
love that.
After a year where she didn't do a whole lot because she was bedridden.
Well, that's not true. she did lay in bed a lot. She didn't do her
That's not
job.
doing a whole lot.
I mean, she didn't do her job a lot, but she did, stuff.
Yeah.
Like what? Die slowly?
Die slowly?
That's
I
doing
assume
nothing.
I
That's the
assume she
least amount that
harassed
you
some
can do.
minorities on the way out,
That's fair.
as that generation is wont to do.
Told a bunch of children to go fuck themselves. For
Get off
caring
my
about the
fucking lawn.
planet.
Hey man, all right, so I don't know if we need to play the full clip, but we should link it. There's just a
We
great
will
clip that's
link
been
it.
going around. It's about 2 minutes. I suggest everybody watch it. It's basically when Dianne was last elected, I think. After her last election, she was still coherent enough to have a discussion where she was yelling at children for caring about the environment. Because they were like, Dianne, please just vote to save the planet because we want to be old. And she's like, fuck y'all. You're not even a voting age. You're not my constituents. I don't care about you.
The "you're not my constituents" is like fucking wild. The like, well, you
He
weren't
did
old enough
literally
to,
say that to a 16-year-old.
you weren't old enough to
For the
vote for
record.
me, so like, fuck you. And it's like,
So like, I don't care.
what?
A
At
16-year-old
least she's
was like,
honest, I guess.
because she was like, fuck y'all, I know better. And a 16-year-old rightfully was like, actually, we are the people. We are the ones who voted for you. You should be upholding what we want. And she goes, well, how old are you, young lady? And the girl goes, I'm 16. She goes, well, you actually didn't vote for me, so I don't care. Like, oh my God.
She was like, Uno reverse. This is a representative democracy, and I do not represent you because you did not democratically elect
You did
me.
not. Yeah, literally. Fucking literally. And these kids were just asking her to vote for the Green New Deal. Like, they were literally just like, please agree to lower emissions, like, globally by 2050, please. That's all we're asking.
You're not even going to be here.
You're not even going to be
You're
here.
not even gonna be here.
So she died today. She was 90. There were rumors abound that she had been on Alzheimer's medications for years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not a good thing. When you have somebody who's not capable, like her staff was very clearly making a lot of her personal decisions for her. When you have somebody incapable of making decisions for themselves, they should not be making decisions for the country.
Why should they be a ranking member on the Senate Judiciary
Anything.
Committee? Like, I mean, yes,
Fucking facts.
be in government at all, but like a key player in the way our nation's government operates.
Yep.
Fucking wild.
It's wild.
Yeah. So
We talked about this recently, that the age in the House just got a little younger and the Senate got a little older. I just want to point out to people, because dealing with our own mortality is certainly scary and people don't like to talk about it. The average lifespan in the U.S. is 77 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very old. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The average age of the Senate is up to what?
Scrolling.
It's up to like almost 70 something, right? Or 60 something.
I think it's in the 60s. It's in like the high 60s.
Yeah, it's in the 60s. Like, it's not far from the average
when you're-
life expectancy.
Yeah, when you're out
Yeah,
here.
and like, granted, elected officials who get to make the laws, surprisingly, have passed laws that allow them to receive the best healthcare for the lowest prices. So granted, their life expectancy is actually probably a little higher.
Mhm.
If you just look at elected officials.
I mean, on the plus side, it probably just went down a little bit.
True, because Dianne died. True. I like where your mind's at. W, round of applause. But I just want to point out to people that these people are making policies on shit that they will not ever see the impact of.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they
That's how it
personally
goes.
enrich themselves? Yeah, that's so fucked. You know, we have a minimum age requirement to run for these things. Why wouldn't we have a maximum age requirement to be eligible for these things?
Funny you should mention that. 77% of people in a...
That's insane.
Yeah.
An Axios poll.
An Axios poll said there should be a maximum age limit. 76% of Democrats polled said that, and 79% of Republicans said that,
You can't get 76% of Democrats and 7% of Republicans to agree on literally the Earth being flat.
Yeah.
Or round, I guess I should say. I mean, but yeah, depending on your perspective. Yeah.
Trev came out.
Yeah. Oh no, I slipped.
Outed him.
Yeah, we're gonna.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
back to two hosts here.
Did you actually do it?
No.
Everyone fucking agrees there should be a maximum age limit. But like, of course, the people who passed the laws on this shit will never agree to remove power from themselves.
No.
Right.
It's such a fucked situation. Like, and Joe Biden is how old? Like,
he's over 80? Going to be 80? How old?
He's 80 years old.
Yeah.
He's going to be 81. And so he's over again. He's past the average life expectancy.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Joe Biden is doing good for an 81-year-old. You know, he receives good health care. He rides a bike still. He exercises regularly. Like, those are all impressive things.
Can't forget his weekly
But like
ice
at
cream.
the same time, he does. What'd you say?
Can't forget his weekly ice cream. Joe Biden loves ice cream.
Yeah.
Like,
good for him.
An insane
Hey,
amount.
man. Whenever they interview some bitch who's 107 years old, they always say, I smoke a pack a day and drink 3 Dr. Peppers.
They're always
and
like,
that's fucking all.
like, fuck
and a bag of Lay's.
Fuck all your nutrition knowledge. Like, all that shit's made up.
It's mostly genetics. Like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, again, you're an elected official. They can weekend at Bernie's you. They did weekend.
They're living
Dianne
on
Feinstein.
hatred.
But, I mean, they're living on drugs. Like, the thing is, the way that Dianne Feinstein suddenly died at her age, it's like it wasn't sudden.
No,
She was
she's been
deteriorating
dying.
for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
They knew she was dying. They were propping her up with good drugs.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing.
She
They were
was a fucking
prolonging
zombie.
her life. Yes. That's why she hasn't been able to vote on anything in so long.
45% of respondents to that poll said that the maximum age limit should be 70, which I think that's a
Still
good
feels
age.
too old. I think that's too old.
You think it's too old?
What's retirement age? What's retirement age in America?
67.
Should be fucking 67 then.
Okay. I mean, I don't think that 3 years
No,
is a huge
fuck
difference,
that.
but
That's
you're
another term for some of these motherfuckers.
that's true. Yeah,
That's a whole other term.
in the House. That's another term. 2-year terms.
Fuck them.
Um,
And even then, no, even in the Senate though, if it's a 4-year term, because you'd be elected
Yes.
before you were 70.
well, Senate's
So you're able to finish
6.
out that term. 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, not 4. Sorry.
Fucking wild, by the way. Insane.
And this goes for the Supreme Court too. I want to be clear. Fuck the Supreme Court having life appointments and literally no oversight. Fuck that. That's insane.
Oh, did you see that the newest Supreme Court justice said that they should have a code of ethics?
No.
Only one of them to break. She's been the only one so far.
Jackson Brown.
What is her name? This is gonna. But she said that they should have which is like, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's insane that they don't. I have a code of ethics that I have to follow.
And 3 of you
there.
people should be impeached already, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see a lot of great jokes. I do want to, while we're talking about Dianne Feinstein, I saw a lot of great jokes today on Twitter about her staffers still considering her, re-election campaign, and staffers refusing to acknowledge her retirement. Those were all S tier jokes. Love that. Bring that on. Love that. That is great. I did see a lot of people speculating that her family might try to sue these people for elder abuse or AIDS.
Wait,
and that was hilarious.
They were like, kept her alive, or
that's insane. Like,
hilarious.
Ketanji Brown Jackson, by the way.
Yeah, Brown Jackson, not
Brown
Jackson Brown. My apologies.
But yeah,
I was gonna put some shit in the docket about Scalia and Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the whole age topic, because RBG notably died while still holding office, which led to her position being filled by a Republican. Antonin Scalia resigned right before dying, like a team player, so that his position could be filled by a Republican.
Yep.
And in my fucking research, I found out these two assholes were friends.
Yeah.
I'm unsurprised.
Oh,
Like, if you ever wanted a reason to hate everyone, it's like, it's what we're talking about last week about you need to be anointed an ally by somebody in the community because otherwise, fuck you. It's performative and I don't want to hear it. You can't be friends with Antonin Scalia, who is more than Lauren Boebert, literally trying to take rights away from people.
like
Literally.
the closest thing to the fucking devil existing.
Closest thing. And be like, well, we just disagree on that stuff, but outside of that, he's great though.
We just
fuck
disagree
that.
on basic human rights. It's fine.
It is crazy whenever people say shit like that, where it's like we just have different political views. It's like your political views are literally your views on whether you think somebody should be allowed to live.
And
period. I was going to say happily, but just period.
Just period. Because they want to kill trans people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But like even like Mitch McConnell got up today and spoke about how great of friends he was with Dianne Feinstein.
That's gross.
And how him and his wife
Gross.
would have dinners with her.
Gross. That's why it's on site for Diane's ghost.
Like,
fuck you. Fuck your ghost, bro.
He even spoke about a present that she gave him that hangs up in his office that he looked at today and thought of her.
So gross.
And you're like,
that's why
fucking Mitch McConnell.
That's why it's like when people come after AOC for like not being able to be cordial with like Marjorie Taylor Greene, it's like good.
Yeah.
Good.
Correct.
That actually just means she has a baseline of human decency, and that's all.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what's his name? The representative from Long Beach, who used to be the Long Beach mayor, who had himself get sworn in on a copy of Superman. Who's
I
great.
have no idea, but that's hilarious.
He's on 2 committees with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and he talks about it all the time. He's like, fucking hate her.
Yeah, because she's fucking terrible. Nihilists and anarchists getting elected into the government is fucking insane. Like, period, end of story. Why are there enough of you to elect this person into the government? That's insane.
Just fucking...
I did link a whole actual real study. Like, it's very real. It's a .gov site.
Yes.
You know, it's about dementia in the United States and aging. And, like, basically, the takeaways are, surprise, there is a direct correlation between aging and dementia.
Well, yeah. Was that not?
Right. Well, I mean, you have... to be able to say these things for fact in the scientific community, you have to have studies. Yep. You got to prove it. You got to back it up. You know? So they did a whole bouts of research and they're able to quantify, you know, hey, past 71, dementia jumps up considerably. Like it is a noticeable amount. More so than like any other indicator, because there are other indicators, like even genetics, you know, you can genetically account for some of these things, and like race actually becomes a pretty real relevant statistic past a certain age as well. But the number one indicator is age, period. Like hard stop, period, end of story. It's age. So like we need a hard stop for this shit, where people who are potentially suffering from dementia and not able to reasonably take care of themselves are not expected to be taking care of things for this fucking country. Like, it's that simple.
The counter argument to this always is, because this comes up every so often, and it should exist, is like, well, elections are...
Oh, God.
Which is like...
They should. Elections should work. Yeah, it should.
It should work like that. But not enough people pay attention to primaries. And when Katie Porter announced that she was going to primary Dianne Feinstein, like, Democrats were like, kill her. Like, people were so mad at her. And if there is anyone currently in Congress right now that
deserves a fucking promotion,
who deserves a promotion, who should be getting more attention,
Katie Porter,
who
and
should be
crafts.
just writing laws full stop for us, it's Katie fucking Porter. Like, and people were so mad at her. And it's like, she's trying to primary an elderly woman who probably doesn't know how to tie her own shoes anymore.
Even if she does, right? Even if she does, it's a memory of distant past.
Yeah.
It's not like a recent thing.
No.
It's not like, yes, I remember tying my shoes yesterday. It's like, yes, I learned to tie my shoes as a young girl.
I remember when I
yesterday,
got my
right?
first pair of shoelaces.
Yeah, right. It's not reasonable. It's not reasonable and she's got name recognition. That's part of the problem. People don't pay attention, and name recognition is worth more than it should be.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we talked about Lobo is almost certainly going to lose her re-election campaign this year strictly because the guy she's going against now has name recognition, and he didn't the first time. And that's enough.
And that's why I brought up primaries, because it's not like someone's not going to enter in a Senate race as a third-party spoiler and think that they're going to win. That's just not how our system works. Like, you win as a Democrat or a Republican, most likely. Or you're like a Bernie Sanders, who at one point ran as a Democrat, won, now doesn't run as a Democrat. He runs as an independent, but he's a fucking incumbent who's been in that seat for forever. And
he votes with the Democrats.
And, but is literally like
they count him
a Democrat essentially, and he is the embodiment of Vermont. Like the day Bernie Sanders
drinks he drinks maple syrup.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's probably why he looks so youthful at 763 years old. Bernie Sanders is older than me. I don't know if y'all know that. He's actually older than I am. No, he is. He is. He is. He is. I don't usually like to admit it, but credit where credit is due.
But yeah, so like
Man
the fact
is fucking old.
That primaries are not like a real race. That primaries, when there are incumbents, are just assumed for the most part.
No.
No. Like 4 people should be trying to primary Joe Biden right now.
Yes. But you don't get funding from the DNC, and you do have to be a millionaire independently if you're not going to use funding from the DNC.
Correct.
In order to primary Joe Biden. You have to literally, and not only be a millionaire, you have to be such a millionaire that spending millions of dollars with no real return doesn't matter to you.
Doesn't matter.
You're okay burning millions of dollars.
So a billionaire.
So a billionaire, right? Well, you could be 100 millionaire.
100 millionaire.
Okay. Yeah, you could be 100 millionaire and probably be okay.
Never been so glad that you can't run for president without being a U.S. Born in the U.S. citizen. Then anytime.
But that also sucks.
Anytime though that I think
Elon,
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I mean,
okay
you said independently, right? I don't know if he qualifies for that anymore.
It's true.
Does he have his own money anymore?
This is what's so weird, man. Because
so few liquid things.
It's so weird because when you own stock, you can take loans against the stock without selling it. So you're never.
But you can do that to go president. I mean, to fucking run for president.
If you needed money, yeah, why not?
It's not like a conflict of interest.
I mean, look at Donald Trump, dude. They tried. Yeah. They thought we could get him on conflicts because he owes all these foreign banks money. Yeah, it didn't. Turns out it doesn't matter.
Oh,
this man literally owes millions of dollars to foreign banks.
This would have been an easy week to do a return to the Trump episode, but that could be a future episode.
I hope we never talk about that guy.
Oh
again,
my god, they told him he has to immediately dissolve the Trump Foundation.
Did you? I didn't see that. I also didn't see
like immediately.
Somebody messaged me about this. And I didn't believe it, but I guess it's a quote. He was talking about the windmills driving the whales crazy. What? Oh man,
that's some Alec Jones shit.
But it's some Donald Trump shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
because like green energy is evil. You know,
I never liked the green. It's a bad color.
Bad color.
Yeah, blue is superior. That's a fact.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Whales are going crazy from wind
so low to make a color like that. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wait, are the wind farms what are causing orcas to attack billionaires or yachts?
Oh, we need more. We need more.
Then we gotta put windmills everywhere.
I mean, we
always love green energy, man. Green energy is great.
It's the best.
The best. You know, It's been an interesting time. This is a bad segue because there was no segue. Unions. That's what we're talking about now. Joe Biden.
Well,
visited
we've got some good union news.
some great union.
It's been a good week for fucking labor, which, hey, fun fact, if you're watching this, you're not a capital owner, you're a laborer.
Yeah. Oh, one
And
thing we
that's
don't have.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I fucking do. Elon Musk ain't watching this shit. There's
You
like
don't know that.
8 capital owners, and none of them are watching this.
You don't know that.
Hey, Elon, if you want
You
me
don't
to
look at
think
your
that you're
analytics.
cool,
I know you don't look at your
you give me
analytics.
10
You know what my
million.
analytics say? Not enough info.
Exactly. That's the point. So there you
So
go.
it's just Elon. It's just
it's
Elon and
just
Jeff
Elon.
Bezos. That's crazy.
Jeffy
That's
B's
crazy.
watching?
Yo, if either you're watching,
Oh,
fuck you,
Jeffy
this isn't
B
for
is
you. Turn off right
definitely
now.
watching. You know what?
Jeffy
Elon
B.
stopped watching. Elon stopped watching because you guys stopped plugging Twitter. But you still stream this on Twitch.
We do
So
stream
Jeffy
it.
B is definitely
Jeffy
watching
B is
this.
big ups. He's
Hey,
like,
Jeffy
this
B,
is,
can
this
I
is,
get a
this is the
refund?
future.
on every
what?
Amazon teller I've ever spent, just like right now.
That's crazy.
Just like right now.
That's crazy.
He's giving it to you just very slowly with the partner payouts. I mean the affiliate payouts.
Other people
That's how
pay for
you
that
get it.
shit.
$5, the prime payouts.
It's slowly, man.
Union news that I don't have in here. Court just ruled that Starbucks broke the law. Surprise, surprise.
They did.
They have to pay everyone who's worked at a union store in the last year who has missed out on raises because they've been giving all of the non-union stores raises to stay competitive in the marketplace and to hope that they don't unionize too. But they've been saying that they can't give them to the union stores because they have to negotiate things like that.
I'm fucking crying.
Yeah, well, the union
But then they
would push
refuse to
back on you
negotiate.
wanting to give your employees more money, for sure.
Yeah.
The union would not be down with that.
So now they have to retroactively pay all those people the money that they didn't get. So nice check coming for those people.
Good.
Also, we didn't cover this, but the NLRB changed how union elections work in our country in a really big, really worker forward way. So people at a company, a potential union no longer has to submit a petition for a union. They can just hold a union vote now, which is cool.
Good.
So you don't have to go through the long period where you're going to get intimidated by your workplace. And number 2, if a union election is lost and then through investigation and court proceedings, it is found out that it was lost due to tampering by the owners, the union is automatically instated.
Good.
Yeah. W.
W.
So it automatically unionizes the workforce.
W. Love that.
Should have always been like
which
that.
is great. These are great changes. Yes, that they're great changes that should have existed before. But
True.
You even mentioned it, and I completely forgot that it exists.
It's about fucking time.
I was surprised he didn't do it earlier.
I thought about it. So many clicks.
It's like 2 clicks.
Yeah, I was prepared this time. I wasn't prepared earlier.
But the auto workers are on strike. Did you know that? Did you?
The auto workers are on strike.
They are.
I did. And good for them because they're striking for some good shit that I hope they get, including a 32-hour work week. Because goddamn selfishly, I want that for me.
Right? Can we just?
If my employer is watching, click off right now. Don't watch this. Click off. But now that you're clicked off, I don't need 32 hours to do my job in a week. I could get my job done in 20 hours a week.
Yeah, that's why it's still too much.
But pay me for the same amount.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, and I'd be working
for
overtime.
deliverables. Fuck paying for hours. That's cringe. Pay me for what I do.
Facts. Literally facts.
But Biden made history by visiting the
which is
picket
insane.
lines.
Well, and not just visiting, but yes, that's in itself is historic. He was on the picket. He was picketing with strikers, and he was letting them know he was there for them.
It's one of those things that you're like, wow, this is crazy that this is the first time this has happened. But we are going through a resurgence of union activity in our country. And historically, we're also going through a very strange sanitization of union activity in our country. A lot of less things on fire, a lot of less people getting beat up. than typically happen in these situations.
To cause this kind of outrage. Yeah,
Like,
it's because it's profits.
Yeah.
Because people can't afford to live.
Or
Yeah.
in like reaction to things. Like unions have historically sometimes gotten violent.
Bring it back.
Justly, in
Bring
my
it
opinion.
back. Yeah.
Justly. But so when you think about like what used to potentially happen on picket lines, you could see why like the Secret Service would not want the president there.
100%.
But, you know, we haven't had shit like that.
It is funny because we say he's the most
You think
progressive
Biden
president.
said to the Secret Service when they're like, "Mr. President, you shouldn't go there," and he's like, "This generation is soft. They ain't gonna do shit."
Look, Jack, I survived World War I, World War II, the Mexican-American War.
All right, what are you saying, Trev?
I don't remember.
We were saying in the pre-show about how Biden is the most progressive president we've ever had.
Oh, it's so crazy because he also blocked the rail workers from being able to strike earlier this year. Like,
correct.
You know,
but
he's not a good guy.
No, he's not. But zoom out from that.
Low bar.
Zoom out from that.
Low bar.
The reason,
low fucking bar.
The reason that he did it was so that the economy wouldn't collapse by the railways not running.
Nah, I think it was Hunter Biden's
should
fault.
Collapse.
I think Hunter Biden did it.
Doing the work are that important. They should be fucking appropriately compensated.
I don't disagree, but
you also don't disagree with me either.
After he forced them to get back to work, he continued to negotiate.
He did quietly get a deal done. He did
did get them the things they asked for.
Did he get them the sick days they asked for?
Yes.
Okay, because that was a big one.
That was a really big one.
That was a really big one, man.
And he did.
That shit was so shitty. The employer basically telling the employees, you are so important that you cannot take a sick day even because shit will literally collapse.
Yep.
But also, we have record profits and I'm going to need you to basically take a pay cut.
Maybe you should have some redundancy if it's that vital. Like,
fucking insane. Did they get that too? Did they get that where they get more than one person on a fucking crew now?
I don't know. I know
because that was another one of the things they were fighting for.
I know that the sick days happened. So
like it's Wyden and it's Leiden. You know what I'm saying? He goes back and forth. He holds that W, turns that shit right into an L. Like it's back and forth with this man.
I didn't get where you were going, but we got there eventually.
I knew immediately.
I'm not like. In no way am I a Joe Biden stan. I just like to point out that
you didn't get the Joe Biden tattoo.
As no, I gotta save space for Harris.
You have a Harris bias?
No.
That's crazy.
That's the new version of Stan now, by the way. If you guys didn't know, it's bias. It's your bias.
I didn't know. Now we're learning.
Okay.
Alex gonna get a tattoo that says
from the K-pop people.
Kamala and I love cops.
I love cops. Back the blue, Kamala Harris, 2028.
The blue, baby.
I mean, you already got the blue.
That's true. Oh God, now I gotta shave my head.
It's crazy. They made blue crime.
I know.
Yo, it's a thin blue line.
But I do like to point out, as disappointed as we are all in Joe Biden existing, and how he does
in his existence.
True.
He is
a fact.
Stupidly, bizarrely, horribly
the most progressive president
we've ever had.
Yeah, but it's just like it feels like the inverse of like the whole thing about like U.S. presidents on average commit 2 crimes or whatever the fuck, and just most of them are like public crimes, and also most of them are one person.
Yeah,
it's like yeah, all of them are just so bad that he just had to do a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
To be like, it's like that meme where the guy celebrating on the fucking like podium, and there's like 5 people higher than him in the ranking.
I think it's even simpler than that. I think the only reason that we can say that about Joe Biden is because why can't I remember his name? Peanut Farmer didn't get a second term. beaten by Reagan. Why can't I remember his name?
He's literally just he's in hospice. He still hasn't died though. It's crazy.
Jimmy Carter as my
Jimmy Carter. Thank you, Red.
Yeah. I went to Jimmy Carter Elementary for a year, by the way.
Jimmy Carter. That's crazy. Jimmy Carter literally was building houses in undeveloped areas up until he was put into hospice.
Yeah.
Like, this man had no quit in him.
No.
Like, to be fair, that is probably because he felt a lot of guilt for all the war crimes he committed as a U.S. president.
But statistically, did he commit more war crimes than anyone else?
I don't know if they feel that.
I think he would feel that.
They can feel that?
I think he can.
I think Jimmy Carter might be one of the ones.
Yeah.
It's actually not going to hell if hell is a real place.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I know.
I feel like being a president is just like an immediate.
Yeah. It's an auto sentence.
Yeah.
It's like if you're doing one of those where it's like
as soon as you run. Matter of fact, as soon as you consider running, it's
you
like,
think
well,
about it.
Fuck. It's like could have been saved, but then you had that thought. You gotta get the fuck out.
It's like one of those games where it's like put a finger down if you've ever done one of these things, and if you put 10 down, you're going to hell.
Yep.
But then it's like put 10 down if you've ever thought of running for president.
Yep.
And then it's like heroin. That's the next thing on the list.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's one finger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Yeah. So Joe Biden, I mean, it's still fuck Joe Biden. It's still on site, to be clear, if I ever saw this man. But, like, he is the most
There's just a few people that you could see earlier and be like, all right, next time it's on site.
Yeah, you got lucky this time, old man.
Somebody with higher priority that I saw first.
Yeah.
Winding up and be like, oh, fuck, there's Mitch.
Yo, Mitch might have the most priority, I'm not gonna lie, of living people.
Oh,
he might have the most. He might take the number one spot. Living, yeah. I don't know how you define a qualified living. That's a fucking fact.
He's next. The Grim Reaper. Wrap it up.
Yo, wrap it up.
Yeah, I do think he was there. I mean, this is a campaign move. Like, as much as it is great idea of like solidarity, this is that the current president of the UAW has been very critical of Biden and has openly said, I don't know if we're going to endorse him. So like,
good.
This is a campaign move.
Yeah, but good.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the only way shit gets done is when they were like, oh, we should be actually trying to appease the voters who vote for us. Yeah, you should be actually.
Keep that man's nuts in a vice.
Yeah.
Crazy way to phrase it, but
no, I'm sticking with it.
Accurate.
It's accurate. Full stop.
Fair enough.
But in even better union news, the WGA has a contract.
Emphasis on the WGA.
No,
emphasis on the
It's
W.
not ratified yet.
True.
It has been approved by all of the leaders, and it has been sent to all of the members to vote on. It will most likely get voted, yes, because it is
sounds like they got pretty much everything they wanted.
Almost everything they asked for.
Yeah.
To the two things that people are saying are like the biggest contributing factors, they think, to these negotiations starting back up and being so favorable are, one, California passed a law that you get unemployment insurance, unemployment benefits when you are on strike for X amount of days. So a lot of these people just started getting paid, or were about to be. And number two, the public's response to Drew Barrymore. That
not
is
positive.
Yes. So it is.
There was an update on that on here. But yeah, we talked about it and then never updated it when she.
Oh yeah, then she was like, "Oh no, never mind. I'm not going to do my show." Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't count though. She only didn't because she got publicly shamed,
yeah,
which good.
Exactly.
Public shaming still works. Good.
Shamed.
But the intent was there, bitch. You wanted to do that. Fuck
It's
you.
like
And
it's like
Bill Maher rescinded too. Fuck him too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
For many reasons, but especially that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
This moment.
for sure. It's just like people when they present a shitty thing, like the Unity thing. I don't know if you guys talked about that at all, but
No.
Unity and all that bullshit, and them rescinding that, and then expected it to be met with like applause. Like, look what we did. It's like, no, you just undid the shitty thing that you were about to do. Like,
Literally.
you're not applauded for that. In fact,
You started a fire and then you put it out.
Yeah, I'm still mad that you even tried.
Yeah. That's so fucked.
But yeah, so like the rumor is that they saw, because they thought, you know what, this is just the writers. No one actually at large really gives a shit what's going on. We can make them out longer. And they saw the response to Drew Barrymore from the public and were like, oh shit. We have seriously underestimated.
When the actors followed suit.
Yeah.
I think like because I was watching Adam Conover, and he's a ranking member of the WGA, and he was just mentioning that like they told him straight up, if SAG-AFTRA hadn't gone on strike, you wouldn't be getting some of this shit.
Yeah.
But like because the actors followed suit, like we feel that we have to negotiate with you now.
So things that they've got: minimum increases. So minimum rates going up, increased health and pension contribution rate, increased health and pension contributions for writing teams. They got what they asked for on AI. Like they cannot use AI to write scripts, to edit scripts.
They can. Like writers can.
Writers can. Sorry, the studios cannot.
The studios cannot.
There's a lot of minutia with that too, because like if you're a writer and you're given a script to rewrite, your fee is lower than if you're asked to produce an original version of something.
Right.
And so what they were suspecting that studios are going to try to do is give them a script written by AI so that they could immediately lower their rate and say, start by rewriting this.
Yeah.
And it would
just
be
a lot of like
them literally writing it because AI is fucking...
Yeah, because AI is dog shit. Yeah.
Yes. Predictive text generator. They're all bad.
Yeah, literally.
There is basically Writer's Room got a writer's room, and how it is built and how someone's trajectory works through it got more concretely defined.
Cemented.
Like there were a lot of things that were just kind of like old tradition that were being undermined by studios. And so now they're more so like worked into the contract. They also, one of the biggest things is they get to see streaming data now.
Yeah.
Huge.
Because
and they get
not all of them do.
When something blows up on stream. No. But they get the aggregate data. They all get the aggregate data. But they get paid more when something blows up on a streaming service.
Yeah.
Like the example was Stranger Things. Like if you're a writer for Stranger Things and more than 20% of Netflix's subscription base is watching the show within the first 90 days, you should get paid more. And like, yes, you should. And now they will.
So like that's just going to be honestly huge for consumers too. Like this is really good if you have a Netflix subscription for you. You may not know it. You may not never interact with this data, but you know, maybe your favorite show is less likely to get canceled because people can see that like it's being watched and it's not just being canceled because it was going to go to a season 3, and at season 3 you have to pay everybody more.
You got to pay people more. Yep.
But yeah, so there's a lot of great stuff in here. They basically apparently got what they asked for, which is huge.
And a lot of stuff that they can, because these contracts are intentionally not very long. This is only goes through May 1, 2026. So this allows them to get stuff in this contract that then they can improve on in the next negotiations. It's like getting your foot in the door, you know? This is all positive stuff because studios are making record profits every fucking year. Everyone involved should also be making record profits every fucking year.
Yes. But yeah, go WGA. Good for them.
Yeah, W.
Let's
GA.
SAG
get
next. Even though that'll be easier.
Yeah. Now that this is done, that'll be way easier.
yeah.
I think even if this didn't get done, SAG would have been easier.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Because the studios care about the actors more. Because they think
way
that
more.
we care about the actors more.
and I think now, especially because writing is going to happen again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're
And now it's like, you don't have actors.
yeah, now you don't have anyone to do it.
Yeah.
Now what?
So so now you'll also have internal pressure. I know there was some talks about I saw some writers talking about how they're not really sure what they're going to do if they get to a point of like an in-person writer's room on a project they're on, because then they might be crossing a picket line to go to work. So
They're allowed to. They have
But
the
they
right
might-
to not.
Yes.
Yeah,
But they're allowed to as well.
but
Also, the thing about this that will be, I mean, kind of good for everybody involved right now is, for the most part, like, writers, they do their job way before an actor has to do their job.
Yeah.
So, like, they can still work now and things will be happening, but it's like once it's time to shoot and cast and do all that shit, then that's when the
You need the
studios are like
actors.
in big trouble if they don't figure it out by then. But if they don't figure it out by then, it's on them. Like,
Yep. It's always been on them because
Yeah.
fuck you. None of these people are even asking for anything crazy. None of them are like, we should all be millionaires.
mhm.
You know, they're like, we should be able to live actually. And
I'd
it's
like
like,
to be able to
oh,
afford
yeah,
rent
that's
and maybe
reasonable.
some food.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mhm.
So speaking of bullshit things, though, the Senate
Isn't that just
unanimously
everything?
passes formal dress code.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
What? What?
Yeah, it's because of Fetterman.
I know.
It's
I know
short.
it's because of Fetterman. I know it's because the man loves to wear a hoodie and some shorts because he is New Jersey. Like,
I'd take offense to that.
I'm sorry, AJ.
It's crazy. I would never.
Wear a hoodie and some shorts.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I would.
See?
I
You see
would.
that? Look at you generalizing, and I'm the only one that wouldn't.
Yeah. It's just so stupid that we care.
Yeah.
Like, is he wearing
I think dress
clothes?
codes of some level are important because I've worked in office situations where people thought there was like no dress code and people were wearing like pajamas, and it's like, all right, you shouldn't be wearing pajamas.
I wear pajamas at work all the time.
Yeah, well, that's because you're not working in an office.
Yeah, but what's the difference? Do you need to be? Does what you wear matter for your job?
yeah, it does.
Argue what matter? Well, what I wear
people
matters
wear
more for
really
my job.
when people wear really distracting clothing in the
So
workplace,
distracted about pajamas.
Why
it
distracting?
becomes a distract. Hey, man, without getting into it too much, people wear a lot of sexually themed pajamas, and it's
Then
like,
those
yo,
aren't pajamas. Those are like
they are
fucking
literally
gowns and stuff.
pajamas. I don't know what to tell you. It's like
But-
it's. Hey, man, I don't know what to tell you. There are some things that are not appropriate in a workplace, and it's a little distracting. And it's like,
But I think
I
that
don't know
could
what to
be
tell you.
that, honestly, sexually themed clothing. Guess what that also falls under? Not a dress code. That could fall under sexual harassment.
Yeah.
sure.
So you don't have to use a dress code to talk to this person about their clothing.
I agree. Let people wear
Calling
bunny
it-
slippers to their job.
I get it.
Calling it
I get
sexual
it.
harassment feels.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to get.
Calling
it's
it
hard to
sexual
get through.
harassment feels weird.
It's hard to grow up and then and go be told that you're supposed to like dress nice for certain things.
No,
And then
I don't
have a
even
big
care
boy
about
job,
that.
and then be told that you're
But
supposed to
it's
dress
not.
nice at your big
I'm
boy
talking
job.
about women. Like, I'm not talking about dudes. I'm talking about women wearing things that are like. I've just had some women try to get away with some things that are like very like you're showing a lot of skin, like midriff and shit, and it's like, I don't know. It just feels like a lot in an office setting, and then to call that sexual harassment feels not right.
Okay, I thought you meant like content, not like cut.
Content?
You made it sound like they were
no, I
wearing,
mean like
pajamas
cut.
with dicks on it. Like
No, I mean like cut. I think that's a little distracting in a workplace. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's real distracting.
If I was doing the podcast topless right now, would you be distracted, Trev?
Yeah, I would be a little distracted. I would be a little distracted. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. That's it. I'm not pro dress code. I think people should be able to wear like shorts and a t-shirt.
Okay.
But I don't think people should be able to wear like thongs and a bra. You know, like
Yeah, but I think that's different though. I think like
it is. But that's why
like,
people try to put. I've seen people try to push that limit. Is what I'm saying though.
Yeah,
It's not everybody. But
I
people
think
make
public
rules for the minority.
It's like
It's a reasonable expectation.
Like,
but people have different perceptions of what public decency means.
So here is
what's not going to get you locked up, I guess.
What's not going to get you locked up? Here's my one argument in pro of this, and I don't necessarily always agree with it, but coming from a place of being someone who's had to enforce a dress code before.
Okay.
It is much easier to enforce a very strict dress code than a very open dress code.
Yeah, because then every time you try to enforce it, it's a court case. And they say, I can't.
So to illustrate, one of the things when Starbucks laxed its dress code was you could wear a shirt that had a light pattern that did not deviate too much from the dress code. What the fuck did that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Is that mean like if someone wears a shirt that's primarily black because black was one of the approved colors, but there's like little pink flowers polka dotting around it? Like, is that okay? Or is that not okay because the flowers are pink and pink was not one of the approved colors at the time?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where if you get to a point where it's too gray, then there's no point in having one at all.
Sure.
I think, to me, for the dress code thing, if there's not like a logical reason for why it can't be had, then it shouldn't be like, who fucking cares if you have flowers on your shirt? Why does that matter?
Agreed.
How does that affect anybody's ability to do their job or buy the thing or whatever the fuck? Like what Trev is saying, I get that. That can affect your job if somebody comes to work naked. But like, you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt or whatever the fuck. How? What?
Yeah, I got scolded for wearing literally this shirt when they made me go into the office a couple weeks ago. Yeah, they're like, that is not an appropriate shirt. And I was
like the respectability politics end of it is like, but the like, the functional side is like, sure.
And it's also another barrier to being a public figure, to being when oh my gosh, why can't I ever remember anyone's names? Need to write down names.
There's a lot of names.
Just ever.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, that's true.
What are we talking about? I'm sorry, I got
a lot of names.
A lot of names. So when Cori Bush got elected, one of the things that she was talking about on Twitter is like, I'm a single mom who's a nurse. I now have to buy a bunch of professional wear that I don't own because I don't need it, and I don't have the money for that. And like, AOC immediately reached out to her and was like, hey, very similar boat when I got elected. When you're first in DC, let's like get one outfit and then I'm going to take you thrifting. Like, but it's insane to think about that as a barrier of like, I don't own 5 suits.
That's crazy. Every man.
I just bought one.
But like,
I think I own 3.
All right.
Well, I mean, owning 3 over 1,500 years, like, really ain't that impressive, you know?
I really need to make that scene where it's just AJ and I. But yeah, so it's like, it's another barrier when, Cori Bush probably had plenty of clothes that were fine to wear to work. Because they're working. It's their fucking job. I mean, they don't act like it most of the time, but you know, it's their job.
True. They don't do many things either.
I mean, how many people really do?
I do stuff. Man, I'm always doing something.
Yeah, but
Fucking
you just
annoying.
said you could do your job in 20 hours. So like,
Yeah, but I'm doing fucking all sorts of other shit. That's not even. I don't get paid for it. It's crazy.
I don't think they're gonna pay you for getting high.
They should. Somebody fucking should. Let me tell you
just start a YouTube channel.
about just
Plenty of
getting
people
high.
get paid. Yeah, plenty of people get paid. to be high.
Start reviewing different
Ask you.
apparatuses and strains.
Look at this. This is the
Yeah,
business
reviews.
expense.
Review sub boxes and stuff.
This piece is my favorite piece because I bought it and it's a business expense. So
Literally, that literally is a thing that exists. The
That's
fact that I
hilarious.
know that and you don't know that is crazy.
I don't go on YouTube. I don't stoner influencers. Like that's not a thing for me.
It's crazy that you don't know it exists. Is my point. I'm not saying you gotta fucking watch. I don't watch it. Well, apart from when you makes you watch it. But
That's hilarious.
Last piece of
Anyways.
news in
We have
very
more news. Oh,
in a big blow
Big break.
to
Yeah,
some
big break.
conspiracy theorists. A man has been arrested in charges relating to the murder of Tupac,
oh yeah, yep.
which is
Then he like
crazy.
He was like bragging about it on tracks. and
yeah,
shit, dude.
yep.
Like, it's pretty open and closed. This man did this to himself. You know,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
I thought he was Elliot Ness out here untouchable and shit. And it turns out he was touchable as fuck.
Yeah, that I just saw it. I was like, oh, that's
Hilarious.
it's been almost
What an
30 years.
insane thing to see on Twitter. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Person arrested in a suspect in Tupac shooting. Like, what the fuck? What year is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be someone watching this who doesn't know who Tupac is.
Justice for Tupac,
Shame
bro.
on you. Shame on you.
I mean,
Person.
There's only like 3 people who watch this. They all know who Tupac is.
nah. Eric doesn't know who Tupac is.
You're right.
I was about,
Mega Man might watch
to
this.
say, Eric, do you know who Tupac is? But Eric definitely knows who Tupac is. He's from California.
Yeah, it's from California. Mega Man, though, he might not know who Tupac is. He might watch this.
Nah, Mega Man knows who Tupac is. They're just getting Tupac.
Right now?
Yeah, he's on the radio
Devastated
right
to hear
now.
the news.
They just lost Power Rangers and they gained Tupac.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, what? They get what, Tupac?
Spoilers.
Spoilers. He's dead. He's dead.
Season 2 spoilers. That's crazy. All right, let's wrap it up.
I'm dying over
There on that.
Yep.
Yeah, this shit's been going too long.
That's it. Thanks everyone for sticking around. Thanks for watching tonight. I just started doing Will's outro. To stay up to date on all things Beanscast, join the Discord at tinyurl.com/Beanscast. Archive of the show will be up on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's all I got. I'm gonna hit the
It
end
made me
screen
tight
now.
because I saw the light of him changing the screen to read it. It was so bad.
I know. My brain is like
Tell your mom I said
fried by
hi.
9 p.m. Do it again, Trev.
Tell your mom I said hi.
Boom.
Bye.